All right, so pharmacodynamics, we're continuing. This is number 2 on the drug actions within the body. We're looking at placebos, tachyphylaxis, side effects, adverse reactions, loading dose, toxic effect, and pharmacogenetics. First, we look at peak and trough levels. Peak and trough levels. Peak is when the drug is the highest concentration of bioavailability, and it is the most usually at its highest effective point. And a trough is when it's at its lowest bioavailability and usually at its lowest effective point. We look at a loading dose. Loading dose is used when we need an immediate response. We need the levels to be high enough ASAP so they affect the body ASAP. So we'll give sometimes a larger dose than usual for that. Side effects are an effect of the drug that are secondary to the primary effect. They can be positive or negative. One type of side effect is an adverse reaction, which is something that's severe, that's a bad thing usually, and it's usually much worse than a typical side effect of a drug. Toxic effects and toxicity. Toxicity, the med exceeds the necessary therapeutic range and can cause chemical problems within the body. Toxic effects occur due to toxicity. So whatever that primary effect is, the level of the drug gets so high that it actually becomes detrimental to that person. Pharmacogenetics, certain people respond certain ways to drugs based on their genetics. Tolerance versus tachyphylaxis. So tolerance, there is usually a less therapeutic response after the drug has been used over time. Usually that's a long period of time. Tachyphylaxis refers to a rapid decrease in therapeutic response to the medication. Placebo effect is a sugar pill effect. Drug affects the individual but does not possess the chemical structure to do so. So 3 phases of drug action involve pharmaceutics, pharmacokinetics, and pharmacodynamics. Pharmacoceutics look at the medication in the solid or liquid form. So we're starting to look at the mastication, which causes the disintegration, and then the dissolution, which is the dissolving of it. So we're looking at that. Pharmacokinetics, we're looking at absorption, distribution, metabolism, biotransformation, and excretion. And pharmacodynamics, we're looking at onset, peak, duration, receptors, enzymes, and hormones. Cultural and pharmacogenetic considerations. Ethnopharmacology has to do with pharmacology that looks at how drugs affect different people of different ethnicities. Part of that is pharmacogenetics. Part of that is transcultural. So there are a lot of factors playing into that, not just the inner genetic makeup of the person, but the outer sociological makeup of that person's environment. So complementary, alternative, and mainstream medicine are terms that are used pretty often. Mainstream medicine is the medicine and nursing that we're used to. Alternative medicine and nursing is a form of alternative medicine that can be used as a standalone treatment, but is not considered mainstream medicine. Complementary medicine and nursing is like alternative, but it is an adjuvant, oftentimes, to the mainstream medicine and nursing that's commonly accepted in the Western environments. Transcultural assessment model looks at communication, personal space, like your personal bubble, organization of social structure, perceptions of time, spiritual beliefs, and the genetic variations also